Be good at
Be
that. Okay.
No, I had to send you the note on the FEMA thing, so if they do have that money, that's gonna help. He said,
We spent a ton of time.
that's all I gotta do is alter our plans, to add the showers and stuff.
And I know we had the California was somewhere, because I think even Jake was on. When he was, where he don't remember. There was a number.
You can start.
Good evening, everybody. We'd like to start this meeting, call the meeting to order. It's Tuesday, June 2nd, 2026. Janice, would you like to please take roll?
Councilmember Mitchell,
Here. What? Sit here.
Vice Mayor Rhodes,
Here.
and Mayor Maida.
Here. The record show that Councilmans Atlin and LaFane are absent this evening at this point. We have a public comment for closed session.
Got to read the closed session item first.
I do have to do that. In fact, I read this, I didn't follow it. Okay, this is City of Ione versus Allison LaFane individually and DBA J. Bolden West LLC in Amherst Superior Court, case number 25CV 14742. So if we don't have any further public comment, we will go ahead and convene to closed session. This is. I have to go again. Okay, hello, everyone. We're going to reconvene to open session and would you all please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Report out of closed session, direction was given. And once again, I'm going to offer public comment on the first agenda, first item in the closed session, if we have any public comment. Okay, we'll go ahead and close public comment. Next up, we need approval of agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second.
We have first and second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So carried. Presentations and announcements, we have none tonight. Public comment is next, and I'd like to note that this is the time for members of the public who wish to be heard on matters that do not appear on the agenda. Persons may address the city council at this time on any subject within the jurisdiction of the Ione City Council. Please be mindful of the 4-minute time limit per person. Council may not take action or engage in a detailed discussion on an item that does not appear on the agenda. So we open this up for public comment. Do we have any public comment tonight? Okay, it looks like we can close public comment. Let's head on down to consent calendar.
Zoom, anyone?
Excuse me? Oh, I'm sorry. Consent calendar, all matters listed on this category are considered to be routine and will be enacted by one motion. Any item may be removed for discussion and possible action may be made a part of the regular agenda at the request of a council member. We have 2 items, the approval of the minutes from May 19th, 2026, and the warrants from June 2nd, 2026.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent calendar.
Oh, yeah.
I'll second that.
We have a first and second on the consent calendar. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, so moved. Next, we will open up a public hearing and I'll hand this over to Mr. Josh Verinsky.
Come on, Josh.
Sorry.
I'm paying you by the minute.
Thank you, Mayor. This is the same item as last time. At the last meeting, that was introduction of the ordinance. We have 2 meetings, introduction and formal adoption of the ordinance. If you pass it, it would be effective after 30 days. This chapter of the municipal code is rather extensive, but within it is the city manager's purchasing authority. This ordinance only changes the city manager's limit for budgeted items without council approval. That would also include contracts if those services need a contract and a scope of work. So this change would increase it from 15,000 to 50. But other than that, there are no other changes to the ordinance other than specifying that that expenditure limit includes contracts on the city's standard forms. But in the future, I would recommend the council revisit this ordinance for a more thorough amendment or perhaps rescinding the chapter and putting it in policy form so it's more easy to amend in the future, but that is something that you can revisit at a later date.
Particularly in the next budget. Okay, anything you want to say, Mr. Mitchell or Mr. Vice Mayor Rhodes?
I have nothing.
So we're going to tell George that if we budget it, he can spend $50,000. That's budgeted.
Yes.
I don't know. I thought there was going to be a dun dun dun, but I guess not from you guys. I guess you guys are. Okay, thank you. No, I have no question.
Okay, I don't have any questions either. We've gone over this. This is our 3rd time actually, so I'm satisfied. And I'd like public comment, please. Mr. Rhodes.
I'd just like to mention, I remember quite a few years ago, probably 10 years ago, Perk Water, the aerators, and I said this last meeting and I'll say it again, they okayed Perk to spend $50,000 on the aerators because they were $48,000 a piece. And I see the two councilmen complaining about it aren't here. One of them voted on that and let them buy an aerator that the city manager could let them buy for 50 grand back then. So, and it was just because the aerators, they said it because they were breaking down and they had to fix them. And they were buying new ones instead of fixing them. And I have to admit, Justin is fixing them. So, thank you.
Thank you, Larry Rhodes. Appreciate it. Any more public comment? Okay.
I know for my part, I would like to say, I mean, I'm kind of kid around up here and gave George a hard time. The piece I wanted the public to be aware of, it is items that the council has budgeted. So it's basically allowing someone that is, you've decided to spend the money, budgeted the money. It's I call it the red tape item. It's basically so you can do the business without having to go through. So I apologize if I was a little bit aloof or because it's somewhat funny to me, but it is serious. And your money and your tax dollars are serious. So I apologize if I came off glib, but it's kind of who I am. But it is important to know on the budget items we've budgeted and just want you to know we're watching. Thank you.
My comment only is that
You got to close public comment.
I haven't closed.
No one else.
Okay, anyone else? Okay, we'll close public comment. Thank you, Mr. Mitchell and Vice Mayor Rhodes. You have anything to say?
I have nothing.
Only comment I want to make is that we are in a good financial situation now. The city is. I think this is a good move, and so we'll move from there. We can go ahead and see. Want to make a vote?
I'll make a motion. We adopt ordinance number 536, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Ione, amending Chapter 2.4, purchasing and bidding policy of the Ione Municipal Code to increase the city manager's purchasing authority to $50,000.
Second.
Okay, we have a first and second on the public hearing on the ordinance. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Oppose? So carried. Okay, we'll go ahead and go down to L, the regular agenda. Number 1 will be the adoption of resolution number 2026-19, authorizing execution of a donation agreement for the property located at 634 West Marlette Street in Ione and acceptance. Mr. Lee.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. Hexion Company is a company located in New Jersey who owns the property located at 634 West Marlette in Ione. It was originally called the Borden property, which I think that most of you are familiar with. Hexion has determined that this is surplus property and desires to donate it to the city of Ione, specifically to be utilized by the Ione Fire Department. It is approximately 7.25 acres in size. I recommend that you authorize staff to proceed in finalizing the agreement to accept the donation of 7.25 acres from Hexion. Attached is the draft of the donation agreement. Mr. Verinsky, would you like to add anything else?
Only that this is the form agreement that they provided to us. I don't see many revisions happening, but there might be some further minor changes to it after your approval, which you would be authorizing us to complete as well. So far within the agreement, there are no specific conditions that it must be used by the fire department. So that's been part of the discussion so far, but that is something that might come up as we go through the agreement. And if there are any material changes to it, it might come back to you. But so far, those have been the discussions so far, but it's not yet included in this agreement that it's restricted to a particular use.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Councilman Mitchell, would you have any comment?
Does the fire department mention what they're planning on doing if we?
I think they have some plans. I think it would be best served to have Mr. Mackey at some point, outline his plan.
Progresses? Okay.
Yes, but I do believe he has some intent on the property.
Vice Mayor Rhodes.
I know some people had some concerns on the contamination on it back in the day. It was cleaned up years ago and cleared, so there's nothing wrong with the property. It's all free and clear as far as that goes. So.
Yes, I was concerned somewhat about that also. I went ahead and looked through the agreement and saw that that is addressed also. And feel more secure now knowing that you're going to also address this issue. So from that, we'll go ahead and go on to public comment. Do we have anybody who would like to speak on this issue? Okay, we'll go ahead and close public comment. Do we have any motions or anything on the dais here?
Make a motion to adopt the resolution number 2026-19 authorizing execution of a donation agreement for the property located at 634 West Marlette Street in Ione, 004210007, and acceptance.
Okay, we have a motion. Have a second?
Second.
We have first and second. All those in favor say aye. Oppose? Ayes have it. Okay, number 2 on the regular agenda will be an approval of the extension of interim planner agreement with Rainey Planning and Management LLC. Mr. Lee.
Mr. Mayor and members of the council, in March 2026, staff hired an interim planner with a billing limit of $15,000 until a permanent planner was hired. Unfortunately, we did not receive any responses to the request for proposal for city planner. Staff will be re-advertising for a city planner shortly. Until then, we continue to need Rainey's planning and management services to continue work on addressing 3 priorities that have been previously identified by staff, including addressing the zoning issues for the Mizraca property, along with 15 or 16 other properties, the RV storage on Highway 104, and the proposed gas station on Main Street and South Sacramento Street. Staff would recommend to approve this extension of Rainey Planning and Management agreement until a full-time planner is hired.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Lee. Councilman Mitchell, any comments?
None.
Vice Mayor Rhodes.
Nope.
One comment I want to say is that I am pleased to see that staff, as Mr. Lee and the staff have done, prioritize the 3 priorities that have been identified by staff, including the addressing, like you said, of the property of Mizraca's RV storage and such and such. But so that should relieve some of the individuals that have been waiting for this for some time. So thank you to planning. Thank you, Mr. Lee. Thank you to all the staff. So we'll go from there and open up for public comment. No public comment? Okay, we'll go ahead and close public comment. Do we have any motions to be made or comments?
If I can add, Mr. Lee
Yep.
can correct me if I'm wrong, but this extension would be for an ongoing scope and not limited to specific tasks until there's a permanent replacement. So this wouldn't just be for 1 or 2 specific tasks, but just on ongoing basis.
Yes.
as needed.
Okay, and I understand, I saw that it was under the $15,000 that we budgeted for last month also. I noticed that, I think about 13 something. So, so it will be ongoing until we find somebody. I know we're in the process of trying to find the planner, so. Councilman Mitchell, any comments? Any motions or anything?
I don't know. Does Stacy want to say anything? You're going to cut off Stacy? I mean, he's always so
I usually ask you
fun
for
to listen to. I'd make a motion for the approval extension of interim planner agreement with Rainey Planning and Management LLC for ongoing business, not necessarily limited to the scope,
I'll second.
Okay, we have first and second.
Authorize execution of.
and
Authorize-
authorize execution. Thank you, Josh.
I'll second.
Okay, we have first and second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Ayes have it. Okay, so we're going to go now to M, reports and communications from our city attorney.
No, this one was a record for me tonight.
Nothing from Mr. Ravinsky, and reports and communications from our city manager.
Nothing at this time.
Mr. Lee has nothing. Okay, council comments, committee reports, future agenda items. Councilman Vice Mayor Rhodes.
You can go first, Jack.
Well, you can go.
Okay.
Councilman Mitchell.
The only thing I got is just to let everyone know that there's a bunch of cleanup being done on Hunter Lane on that end of town. Amateur Fire Safe's been in there working with contracts with PG&E. So they're clearing off, I believe it's like 50 acres for us. And been working in conjunction with Cal Fire, US Mines, Creth Incorporated, Amateur Fire Safe. We've probably taken care of a couple 100 acres so far on that end of town. And the goal is to get our fire insurance down. So that's what we've been working on over there. So.
Fantastic. I always like to try to remember to do this every meeting, but I always want to thank staff. Staff are amazing, all of them. I don't want to mention names because they're all amazing. And we had a 3rd grade tour come through to do the history of Ione. And one of the things they did is they got a tour of Ione City Hall. And big help from Michaela and Jesse and Janice and all the people that were here. And it was really heartwarming to see these youngsters come through, and they were so interested and so excited. And most of the people thought it was the courthouse and everything. And we have such an amazing community here. And also to piggyback on that, school's out this Friday, so we're going to have summer starting. So we want to make sure we keep an eye out for the kids. All right. And
Wait, I
and thank you all so much for coming.
got a couple things. One, I want to thank George and certainly Sam Fabila for the Under the Stars with Michael Rourke out at the amphitheater. What a great kickoff and event. I don't know how many of you have been to the amphitheater. We got some spotlights to do on it, but certainly Sam has been working hard, and it just keeps getting better and better. And I love the fact that we don't look at it as a finish line. We look at it as what are we going to do next? And so I appreciate George, you and the staff, and certainly Thomas Borge out there for all your work bringing this thing together. And we will continue, and we will find ways to win for our community. And there's a lot of groups out there that help with that. This Wednesday through July is the farmers market. So tomorrow down here from 5 to 8, you have the farmers market back downtown, which I like, between the meat and the money. So be sure to stop by for that. On June 20th, IBCA, a great organization, our Ione Business and Community Association that does a ton and doesn't always get the recognition. They're bringing in a third annual car show from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. on June 20th. If you haven't signed up to bring a car, certainly do that. I think we've got well over 100 cars, I believe, well over 100 cars. It is a great day, a great time to hang out downtown, shop those businesses. And I will tell you, from my standpoint, I don't know how you guys feel out there. Gas prices are pretty high. Stay home. There's plenty going on in your backyard. Take care of each other. Attend these events. Know that we're bringing you the best we can, and there's a lot of people behind it, and I've never seen it more bright, more vibrant, more fun. And they're all working for you. And just like the mayor said, I couldn't be more proud of the staff at the city, all the way from the top to the bottom. I appreciate the fact I see some street lights being turned back on, which George, you didn't mention, but appreciate you jumping on that. There's certainly enough negativity out there. We got a lot going on that's right. And yes, we have some things we definitely have to fix. But if you think we're going to slow down or stop, we're definitely focused on those things. So I appreciate all of you. Appreciate you being here tonight. Looking forward to seeing you at the events. And if you need me, call George, call the city. We're going to make this thing the best it's ever been. And we're going to continue serving all of you because you guys have served us over and over again. And we recognize that.
Just don't call Josh.
Just don't call John. He's
Call him collect.
but thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for those good words there, Mr. Councilman Mitchell. All right. So we have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
I did that.
Now, what are you guys going to do with the rest of your evening?
Does anyone notice a difference of anything?
Oh gosh, you might get home for dinner. You want to be like, what the hell happened? Thanks for all your.